And scene opens in Stefan Braunfiedler's small studio apartment. Um, he retreats to the far corner where his bed, uh, his quaint full size bed, is obstructed from the rest of the room by a room divider. He he sits over there, having pulled a small folding table um, behind the room divider and staying quiet as to not disturb um, Cherie's sleep. Or is it Victoria? Hmm. Stefan thinks about this for a good long while. Then his eyes go down to the table a little bit, to the firearm in the um, canvas, or wrapped in the canvas. Not sure how he's going to take care of this. Extremely uncertain as to what he's really gotten himself into by saying he's going to get rid of this weapon. Um, he's he begins by um, putting some rubber gloves. They're unpowdered rubber gloves. He doesn't like the way the powder feels if his hands sweat inside of them, or the way his hands used to sweat. He catches himself. Makes sure that they're on snugly, slightly snapping each one to make sure that there's no air pockets, and make sure that he has the rest of his tools that he's going to need. He unwraps the firearm and tries to look for. Well, he knows it's registered, and he's going out on a limb. He believes that if it's registered, there's probably some kind of number associated with it. So probably meant um, for the role. He probably uh, does find something, but it takes him a little while. Um, so after a good, 15-20 minutes, he comes across a number string on the weapon. Uh, the whole time he's with a um, with like a cheesecloth, or maybe an emery cloth, something like that. He's wiping the weapon very carefully, um, alternating between the cloth, um, and the cloth to lift things off, and um, a cleaning solution that he knows by his own knowledge will it usually lifts DNA traces off of various materials, metal included. Um, Begins to worry a little bit. He hasn't used these kind of skills in a long time. Um, though when you learn something, you don't lose it easily. But he never would have thought that he would ever use the little bit of medical knowledge or knowledge of science to actually do something like this. He wrestles with it, but in the end, he's able to continue because, after all, the Victoria, Cherie, Victoria, whatever her name is, she came to Stefan in confidence. She came to him in confidence. She asked for assistance, and well, this is the first sign of a possible friend or ally in the city. He knows what has to be done. He rationalizes that not easily, but he manages to rationalize. He alternates between the cloth and basically Q-tips. Very light use of the cleaning chemical. Extremely thorough. He's being extremely thorough. As he's working on that, he realizes he's thinking out loud. What is who am I going to am I going to do this by myself, he thinks, or maybe he could call the person he met in the projects that night. He wrestles with both. I mean, nobody. He doesn't realize. He doesn't really know who else he can trust at the moment. Um, so he thinks. Also contemplates what he's going to do as far as an Elysium gift when he introduces himself to the prince. Starts thinking of some ideas and continues what he must do. At that, the scene closes and fades to black.